Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. For weeks, subtle moments between Lily and Kane had reignited old sparks. The shared glances, the warm but cautious smiles, and those familiar undercurrents of unspoken emotion. It all felt like a setup for a romantic rebirth. But now, as the storylines around them take sharper turns, the focus appears to be shifting away, and that's left fans questioning whether the writers are intentionally holding back the reunion for a more emotional payoff down the road, or if the plan is to move Lily and Kane in separate directions entirely. Lily's recent story arc has shown her stepping into a stronger, more self-assured space. After all the personal growth she's achieved, from her time leading Chancellor Winters to rebuilding her confidence after heartbreak, she's no longer the woman who defines herself by her relationships. This evolution has resonated deeply with viewers who have seen her rise above tragedy after tragedy. So, perhaps Y&R is being careful not to undo that growth too soon. On the other hand, Kane's situation remains more mysterious. His recent appearances have been sparse, but every time he surfaces, it's clear that the love and regret he feels for Lily haven't vanished. Kane's journey has always been one of redemption, constantly trying to make amends for past mistakes. If the show is, in fact, laying the groundwork for a long-term reunion, it's possible that they're intentionally allowing both characters to evolve individually before bringing them back together. But let's be real, soap love stories are never that simple. In classic Y&R fashion, nothing happens without layers of emotional complication. There's talk that Kane's next return might coincide with a major shakeup at Chancellor Winters, or a new romantic rival for Lily. And if that happens, the show could be setting up a slow burn scenario, one that teases reconciliation, but keeps fans guessing for months, or even years. Imagine Kane returning, just as Lily finds herself torn between lingering love and newfound independence. It's the kind of setup that could make every shared scene between them electric again. Of course, long-term fans know that Lily and Kane's story has never been an easy one. From secrets and lies to tragic losses, they've weathered storms that would sink most couples. But that's also what made them so compelling. Their connection wasn't built on fantasy. It was forged in the fires of forgiveness and resilience. That's why even now, years after their separation, the very thought of them finding their way back to each other still tugs at viewers' hearts. Yet, it's also worth noting how Y&R seems to be leaning into realism with their storytelling lately. Relationships aren't always wrapped up neatly. Sometimes two people who loved each other deeply realize that timing, not love, is the real problem. Lily and Kane may still care for each other, but perhaps they've grown into different people who can't go back to who they once were. There's also the factor of new dynamics on the horizon. Lily's professional life could intersect with someone unexpected, someone who challenges her in a different way. And while Kane's heart might always carry a torch for her, soap romances often thrive on triangles. If a new suitor enters Lily's orbit, just as Kane tries to win her back, we could be in for one of those classic Y&R slow burns, full of longing, jealousy, and heartbreak. Another possibility is that the writers are saving the reunion for a bigger payoff event. Imagine a future storyline where life throws Lily a curveball, something that forces her and Kane to rely on each other again. Maybe a crisis involving their children, or a business scandal that pushes them into close quarters. Those situations could reignite the passion naturally, rather than rushing it for the sake of nostalgia. Behind the scenes too, timing may play a role. If actor availability is a factor, or if the show is building toward a major sweep month twist, holding off on Lily and Kane's reunion could be a strategic move. After all, soap storytelling thrives on delayed gratification. The longer the wait, the sweeter the payoff, especially for a couple with this much history. Still, it's hard to ignore the emotional tension that lingers whenever their names are mentioned together. Lily may be focused on her future and her independence, but Kane's presence, even when it's just a mention, brings an ache of what once was. And Y&R knows that fans are emotionally invested in that ache. The genius of The Young and the Restless has always been its ability to let stories breathe. Rather than forcing quick resolutions, the show often opts for emotional realism, letting characters wrestle with doubt, desire, and destiny over time. So while it may feel like Lily and Kane's reunion is on hold, that could actually be the best thing for both the characters and the fans.